In this video, I will show you how to dual boot the latest version of EndeavourOS with Windows 11. Now, this guide is one of the safest and easiest ways to set up a dual boot on any PC or laptop without any data loss. Also, at the end of this video, I will show how to remove EndeavourOS safely from the dual boot if in case you don't require it. So do not skip the video or any step and make sure to watch the video until the end to avoid any confusion. For the demonstration, in this video, I will be using my HP Pavilion gaming laptop. The process will be similar for any PC or laptop. Now, as you can see, I'm running the latest version of Windows 11. Also, if you notice, my PC has booted with UEFI mode. The only requirements of this video, you need Windows 11 or Windows 10 running on your PC or laptop. Next, you need an 8 gigs or higher USB pen drive to create a bootable disk with EndeavourOS. Lastly, you need to reserve a free space of 40 GB or higher from your existing drive. Now, that being said, it's time to create a free space for EndeavourOS. To do so, open the search bar and type diskmg and click on the first option to open a disk manager, which shows all of the connected drives along with their partitions. In my case, you can see that one drive is connected. If you notice, drive 0 has 3 partitions. The first one is the EFI partition, where the Windows bootloader is present. The second one is the main Windows, and the last one is the recovery partition. I'm going to choose the C drive to shrink the free space for EndeavourOS. In your case, it might be D, E, or F. Whatever it is, just choose the partition and right-click on it. Now choose shrink volume and allocate a minimum of 40 GB or more for EndeavourOS. You can type the value in megabytes. In my case, I'm going to allocate 160,000 megabytes. Then click on shrink. This will create an unallocated free space. That's it. Now we have done creating a free space for EndeavourOS. Now open your favorite browser, go to the official website of EndeavourOS and download the latest version. At the time of recording this video, this is the latest release. Now in your case, it might be a different version, but the process will be similar. Next up, head over to this website and download and install the Balena Etcher. You can use Balena Etcher or Rufus to burn the downloaded ISO image to the USB drive. In my case, I'm going to use the Ventoy drive. I will insert it and copy the ISO to the Ventoy drive. Now, once you're done making a bootable USB with Rufus or Balena Etcher or pasting the ISO to the Ventoy drive, reboot your computer. While it's rebooting, you need to enter into BIOS settings. Use the keyboard shortcut based on your motherboard. Now, mostly could be F2, F9, or escape key. The first thing to do after entering into BIOS is to enable USB boot. Then change the boot order by setting the USB drive as primary. Now go ahead and disable secure boot, which is very important. Otherwise, EndeavourOS won't boot. If you have any options like Microsoft's third-party UEFI, just go ahead and enable it. It's also better to clear any keys or certificates after disabling the secure boot. Once it's done, save the changes. Now your system will boot into EndeavourOS from the USB drive. If in case it fails to boot, use the boot menu to load EndeavourOS install media. Now you will see 3 options. If you don't have a dedicated graphic card, choose the first option. If you have the latest NVIDIA graphic card, choose the second option. If both options are not working for you, or if the installer falls back to this menu, use the third option. I'm going to choose the second option and boot into EndeavourOS live session. Go ahead and connect to the internet using the Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi. Once it's done, a small window will appear. Now use the windows to choose the Install EndeavourOS option. You will be presented with 2 options, online or offline. If you are not connected to the internet, choose offline. For now, I'm going to choose online, which allows me to tweak the installer and install any desktop environment. Now go ahead, choose the system language, region, and set the keyboard layout. I'm going to choose English US. The installer will then present this screen. You can choose the desktop of your choice. Then click on Next. Here you can choose to install a custom kernel if needed. I don't need to install any package, so I click on Next. It's time to choose the bootloader. It's always better practice to disable the system deboot which is not working properly. So it's better to use the grub bootloader which works great with dual boot. Then click on Next. Under the partition section, make sure the proper drive is selected and click on a Replace a partition. You can see the free space is represented with a gray color tag. Just go ahead and select the free space using the color tag, and the installer will automatically find the EFI partition of Windows and installs the grub bootloader to this location. Then click on Next. Now go ahead and create a user account. Click on Next and choose Install. Sit back and relax. The installation will take some time depending on the speed of the drive. Once it's done, go ahead and restart your computer by removing the bootable media. Now, using the grub menu, you can boot into EndeavourOS or Windows 11. For now, let's just boot into EndeavourOS. Now, as you can see, EndeavourOS looks fantastic and working pretty good. Now, this is how you properly do boot EndeavourOS and Windows 11 or Windows 10 on the same drive. Now, as a bonus part of this video, if in case you don't like EndeavourOS and decided to uninstall it, then reboot your computer back to Windows 11. Now open the disk manager by typing this command in the search bar. Now next to the C drive, you can see one partition that was created while installing EndeavourOS. We go ahead and remove this partition by deleting it. Simply right click on it and choose to delete. Now you will see an unallocated free space that you can use and expand Windows. You go ahead, type cmd and run it as administrator. Then type disk part. The type list disk. This will show all of the connected drives on the PC. In my case, I have only one drive connected where Windows and Linux bootable files are installed. I'm going to select this drive by typing this command. Then type list partition to list out all of the partitions on this drive. You might see 3+ partitions. Look for the system partition or EFI partition. Now mostly it's the first partition. Now select this partition by typing this command. Once it's selected, type assign letter is equals to R to mount this partition temporarily. Now type exit to exit the disk part prompt. Now type R:, this will change the directory. Then type dir to list the contents of that partition. Now change the directory into EFI by typing this command. And if I type dir, this will list the contents of the EFI folder. Now here you can see EndeavourOS and Windows boot files. Go ahead and delete the EndeavourOS by running this command. And that's it. We have successfully removed EndeavourOS from the Duo Boot. Now restart your computer. It should boot your system directly into Windows 11 and you won't face any grab issues. This is how you properly set up a Duo Boot on your Windows computer. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, do post them in the comment section below and I will try to help you. Thanks for watching my video. This has been KSK Ryle. I will see you in the next one.